I'm trying to do the Beatles version of Freebird. This isn't working. If I leave here tomorrow. See, I got the hip thing. It's just going to come right out. I'll work on that next time. It's going to be really entertaining and fun. Not so much tonight, I'm sorry. But there was that band called the Beatles, and I think it was probably the first thing I heard when I was born. I was born in 1963, and my brother Mark would have been buying the I Want to Hold Your Hand single right about that time, if not a few months later. And it's been my life. It's been such a part of my life that it's just really ingrained, just in my DNA. And so I thought, well, I'd like to perform some of their music instrumentally, and I did an arrangement for a song called Strawberry Fields Forever, right? Classic, wonderful tune. And we were doing this song on tour in Europe, and my promoter was recognizing that the crowd really kind of came to life when we were doing this song, so he had this idea of, you should come back to a whole night of Beatles. And my first instinct was to say, there's no way I can pull that off, right? But it kind of got the wheels turning a little bit, and so I just started working on other songs. I didn't have any designs on, hey, let's do a record, but I started working on In My Life, and different songs. And some were working, some weren't, but then Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds came next. Like, oh, that really works nicely, And then the thought entered my head, what if I could play the whole Sgt. Pepper record, just by myself, not even with the band, just to see if I could do those arrangements and pull it off and sit in my studio. So I kind of dabbled with it for a couple of years. But when I decided how I would approach the arrangements, which was like the Resolution record, would just be one guitar, bass, and drums. So I had to kind of cover everything in the song in a linear fashion on the instrument. And so with that, I thought, well, I'm not going to reference the record. I'm going to, as I play the record in my head, what I remember of it, which is, I've heard it enough times where I can put the needle on and there it goes, right? So I thought I'd have to pick the most important part of each section, whatever sticks out in my mind as maybe the most important part. It could be a chicken, it could be a string line, it could be a vocal line. And I'm just trying to play it all in one linear performance, so. I'd like to do a couple of those Sgt. Pepper songs for you, if that's all right? A very interesting phenomenon happened when I released this record, and it spoke volumes about the age that I am and what the Beatles mean to me, but I started getting emails into the andytimmons.com, web mail address that I have, and it's like, I don't really like the Beatles, but I really like your record. And it was such a foreign concept to me. I thought, how could somebody not like the Beatles? But I do understand, because maybe they weren't exposed to it the way I was, or when I was, and maybe they just haven't heard it, or maybe they just don't dig it, but I just couldn't imagine somebody not liking the Beatles. So I was flattered that they liked the record. It's better not the other way around. I love the Beatles, hate your record. That was the biggest trepidation. I thought it's a very dangerous thing treading on hallowed ground like that, especially attempting to recreate this entire masterpiece that a lot of people rate as one of the great records of all time. And I'm not a big fan of Beatles covers, to be honest. Oh, that's good. Maybe I can see my guitar. While my guitar gently is being able to be seen. I look at my neck and I say, what the heck? Now I can see the next chord. We'll do that one next time. But wow! Now we've got I could be the Liberace of the guitar, right? I wish my brother George was here. Okay, so. I really shouldn't talk. They shouldn't give me a microphone. I get in trouble every time. Why do I have a microphone? Shut up and play the guitar. Okay, so I'm gonna do just that. I'll do a smattering of some Beatles. We'll just do the first track called Sgt. Pepper. And now this was the most difficult thing, and I did cheat on this one song as far as the no overdub thing. But what starts the Beatles Sgt. Pepper record? There's everything. There's trumpets. You see the orchestra tuning up, but there's what milling in the background? The crowd, right? So I thought, how am I going to replicate that? I can't play that on the guitar. But then I thought about my big muff. When it's turned on my lead channel, the Lone Star, I think it's got this particular timbre, and I turned it on without tweaking it on. It was like, that's perfect. And over the top, I went. Which is an open tuning of what the violin player would do with it, plucking its fourths, right? So I don't have the big muff to turn on, but if you guys would just keep going. Oh, this is great. Keep going. I got chills. This is awesome. Keep going. Okay, now hit start. Keep going. Keep going. And you know when to laugh and everything too, right?